Welcome to the Glorious Botafogo, your number one source of Botafogo news in English. Botafogo just beat Juventude by 3-1 away from home. And just to give you a little bit of perspective and how important this victory is and how big this victory is, Juventude hasn't lost to a team from Rio de Janeiro at home in over 20 years. Juventude is also known for being one of the best teams to play at home in this Brasileirão as a whole. Historically, Juventude has always been really strong at home, and for Botafogo to go there and get the 3 points after trailing in the beginning, and with Alex Telles after that tying it up in a penalty kick and making it 1-1, and then with Chris Ramos scoring the 2 goals in the second half, which what a debut. This is a perfect dream debut for any striker in any part of the country, in the world, is to go in as a substitute and make an immediate impact and score 2 goals, and 2 great goals, might I add. The first one, he receives the ball, he clears the defender, shoots hard and on the ground from outside the box straight into Jandré's goal, which is a good goalkeeper, to make it 2-1. And then inside the box, he hits it. Jandré kind of gets a hand on it, but the ball bounces off the keeper and goes in to seal the deal. 3-1, Botafogo, the victor, getting 3 points, staying in 5th place because Mirassol also won. Mirassol beat Fortaleza and was able to tie it up with Botafogo in points, which is crazy. What a season Mirassol is having. My goodness. What a season. This is a club that came from the Serie B, and they're having their time of their life in the Brasileirão. This is not the beginning of the Brasileirão. This is past half of the competition, and Mirassol is in 6th place, ahead of Bragantino, São Paulo, Fluminense, Corinthians, Atlético, Internacional, Grêmio, Santos, Vasco, ahead of all of those teams. That's something, man. That's something. That's great. 8 wins, 8 draws, and 3 losses. And Botafogo is sitting with 9 wins, 5 draws, and 5 losses. Botafogo kind of took a little bit to get things going underway and finding the rhythm. Juventude just scored the first goal, which I thought, maybe if John would have been in goal, he could have saved that shot just based on stature alone. But that's not to say that Neto had a bad match. I think Neto had some really important saves, even the ones that were counted offsides. He made the saves on those 2, and those are great saves. So I think if we're having to switch, if we're having to rest John, I think Neto is really going to be a keeper that's coming to help us a lot. And you never know, John, there's apparently some negotiations happening with clubs in Turkey, Galatasaray being one of those. Who knows? The transfer window closes in about a week or so, maybe a little bit more than that. The teams have to finalize the roster because the seasons all over the world have started, and they have just a little over a week to finalize everything. That means for Botafogo too, to keep the players that we have, not lose any, and maybe acquiring a couple more. Jafinho was a starter today, and I thought he did well, bringing speed and unpredictability to the play. He's not so static, not static like Arthur. Arthur is not static, but Arthur doesn't have the dribbling capabilities of Jafinho, and that brings in something different. And then in the second half, Botafogo did what the club did. Juventude wanted to get the victory playing at home, and Botafogo was able to explore the counterattacks, and that's exactly how we scored. It's exactly how we scored with the counterattack with Chris Ramos. I want to give a positive shout out to Santi Rodriguez for making the plays that he made and giving the assist to Chris Ramos in one of his goals. I thought there was a good performance by Santi, and Santi played well as well in the last match before this. Even though we got eliminated, Santi, it's starting to show his characteristics and getting a little bit more, that's the right word I'm looking here, feeling more at home, I guess I want to say, but he's still playing well below, well under what we paid for him. He's He needs to show more. We were expecting a guy to come in, and we were expected to come in and have a guy that was going to be a worthy substitute of Thiago Almada, even though their characteristics are different. But he just isn't it yet. He's got a lot left to give to be able to even come close what Thiago Almada did for us here at Botafogo. So Chris Ramos, 1 match and 2 goals to his name. Very, very nice to see. Botafogo will return to the pitch on Wednesday at 7:30 for the Copa do Brasil quarter final against Vasco da Gama, our regional rivals, although they are it's a friendly rivalry. But it is a derby, so, just like any other derby in the world, it is a derby. Just because it's friendly outside the pitch, that doesn't mean it's going to be friendly inside the pitch, especially for a competition like the Copa do Brasil, where Botafogo needs, I'm going to say this again, Botafogo needs to move through to the next round due to the cash prizes that the club is going to get for winning competitions. Botafogo is coming up 170 million reais short for getting eliminated from the Libertadores at the stage that we got eliminated from. So this is 171 million less than what was not expected, but compared to last year. So that's gonna hit our financials, and our financials are heavily compromised by the things that have been happening behind the scenes in the administrative side with Eagle Football and John Texter. Our financials are heavily compromised, and I want you to understand this. In the current state, from the reports that we've been getting from the media and all this is not something that I did. I didn't do the digging. I didn't do the research. I'm just reporting what's being reported in the media, so take it with a grain of salt. It's been reported that we only have enough cash flow to stay alive until December. If we don't find ways to increase our cash flow because of the legal battles that have been happening behind the scenes, we are screwed for 2026. I mean, to the point where massive selling of players are going to have to happen. And the team that we have now, trust me when I say this, if nothing changes, if nothing can be done and reverted, we're going to, in 2026, we're going to look back at this team and be like, oh my God, we didn't know what we had. So let's not take this team for granted, okay? Let's not take this, because it can be much, much worse. And then for the Brasileirão, Botafogo will play São Paulo September 13th. Yep. September 13th, Botafogo and São Paulo, which São Paulo are currently sitting in 8th place. They are in the Libertadores, so they've been playing matches just like us. But just like us, they only have 2 competitions because São Paulo have been eliminated from the Copa do Brasil as well. So that's it. That's all for this week. If there's anything else, I will bring more news. If there's any signings, any selling of players, I will bring. I don't want to say this and get people expecting things, but I am trying, and I will try, to live stream more often. It's something that I've been wanting to do forever. I just don't find the time. I don't have the time. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm busy coaching. So by the time I get home at 8 o'clock, I have to get the kids to sleep and go to sleep and all that, and go to sleep myself because I have to work in the next day. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, perhaps could be a day that I can live stream, and perhaps during the matches I can live stream. But I want to do something different with the live streams. And what that entails exactly, I'm not going to reveal right now. It's nothing major. It's nothing crazy. But I want to do something a little bit different. And it's something that I do on my free time anyway. So I'm thinking about incorporating my free time with live streaming for this channel. This account in general. If it's on X on YouTube, I'm going to try. I can't promise anything. And then on the weekends, when I am free, usually on Sundays, I can try to live stream as well if nothing gets in the way. But I don't want to promise you guys something and then don't deliver on that promise. So we will see. Botafogo and Vasco, big match, huge match, and it's on the club's best interest to to finish this entire competition in the first leg of this quarterfinals, because if we leave it to the last game, it's just going to be more stress than what we currently need.